The icy landscape was filled with the sound of roaring and growling as SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, came face to face with a group of corrupted prehistoric fauna. The woolly mammoth, cave hyena, short-faced bear, dire wolf, and Smilodon all glowed with a purple cosmic energy, their eyes shining brightly as they prepared to battle the monstrous creature. SCP-682's green glowing eyes activated, its metallic teeth, claws, and bladed tail emerging as it prepared to defend itself against the onslaught of prehistoric beasts. The creatures wasted no time in attacking, their glowing purple eyes increasing their speed and strength as they clashed with the monster. The ground shook with the force of their blows, shockwaves rippling out across the icy landscape as they fought relentlessly. The creatures used their sharpened teeth, claws, fangs, and tusks to inflict massive damage on SCP-682, but the monster's regenerative abilities allowed it to heal from every attack within seconds. The battle raged on, the intensity of their glowing eyes increasing as they pushed themselves to their limits. They moved with unnatural speed and agility, their movements almost too fast for the eye to follow as they continued to clash with each other. The fight seemed never-ending, the creatures and SCP-682 locked in a vicious struggle that showed no signs of stopping. They continued to generate shockwaves with increasing power, the landscape around them being torn apart by their ferocity. As the battle raged on, it became clear that neither side would emerge victorious. They were evenly matched, their powers constantly increasing as they fought with all their might. The icy landscape bore witness to a battle of epic proportions, a clash of titans that would be remembered for eternity. The icy landscape was filled with the sound of roaring and growling as SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, came face to face with a group of corrupted prehistoric fauna. The woolly mammoth, cave hyena, short-faced bear, dire wolf, and Smilodon all glowed with a purple cosmic energy, their eyes shining brightly as they prepared to battle the monstrous creature. SCP-682's green glowing eyes activated, multiple orbs of light illuminating its reptilian face. Its metallic teeth, claws, and bladed tail gleamed in the cold light, ready for the fight ahead. The prehistoric fauna, their bodies now covered in metallic sharpness, snarled and growled as they charged towards the monster. The clash was fierce and relentless, the creatures moving with unnatural speed and agility as they collided with each other. The sound of metal against metal filled the air, echoing across the snowy landscape. The shockwaves created by their powerful blows shook the ground beneath them, causing snow to fall from the trees and cliffs. Despite the ferocity of the battle, neither side showed any signs of slowing down. Their glowing eyes burned with intensity, constantly increasing in brightness as they fought. Every attack, every wound, every injury was quickly healed and regenerated, the creatures seemingly invincible in their endless struggle. As the fight raged on, the intensity of their glowing eyes only grew stronger. The creatures moved faster, hit harder, and showed no signs of fatigue. It was a never-ending cycle of violence and destruction, a spectacle of power and resilience that seemed to defy all logic. And so, SCP-682 and the corrupted prehistoric fauna continued their battle for eternity, locked in a never-ending conflict that would shake the very foundations of the icy landscape. The sound of their roars and growls echoed across the frozen wasteland, a testament to their unyielding determination and unstoppable force. The icy landscape was filled with the sound of roaring and growling as SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, came face to face with a group of corrupted prehistoric fauna. The icy landscape was filled with the sound of roaring and growling as SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, came face to face with a group of corrupted prehistoric fauna. The woolly mammoth, cave hyena, short-faced bear, dire wolf, and Smilodon all glowed with a purple cosmic energy, their eyes shining brightly as they prepared to battle the monstrous creature. SCP-682's green glowing eyes activated, multiple orbs of light illuminating the snowy terrain as it transformed before their eyes. Its teeth sharpened into metallic blades, its claws extended and gleaming, and a green glowing bladed tail emerged from its body. The prehistoric fauna responded in kind, their bodies becoming sharper and stronger, their teeth, claws, fangs, and tusks glowing with a neon-lit trail. The battle began in a flurry of movement, the creatures dashing and colliding with each other with incredible speed and agility. The ground shook with the force of their blows, shockwaves rippling out across the landscape as they fought endlessly and violently. Each attack inflicted massive damage, but the creatures quickly regenerated and healed, their glowing eyes shining brighter with each passing moment. As they continued to clash, their unnatural strength and resilience only grew, fueled by the power of their glowing eyes. They moved with a speed that defied logic, their movements almost too fast to follow. The intensity of their battle only increased, the brightness of their eyes reaching blinding levels as they pushed themselves to their limits. The fight seemed to go on forever, the creatures locked in a never-ending cycle of destruction and regeneration. They showed no signs of slowing down, their determination unwavering as they unleashed their full potential on each other. The icy landscape bore witness to their epic clash, a spectacle of power and ferocity that seemed to defy all reason. And so, SCP-682 and the corrupted prehistoric fauna continued their battle for eternity, their glowing eyes burning with an otherworldly light as they fought on, their fate intertwined in a never-ending struggle for dominance. The icy landscape echoed with the sounds of their battle, a symphony of chaos and destruction that seemed to stretch on into infinity. The icy landscape was filled with the sound of roaring and growling as SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, came face to face with a group of corrupted prehistoric fauna. The woolly mammoth, cave hyena, short-faced bear, dire wolf, and Smilodon all glowed with purple cosmic eyes, their bodies shimmering with neon-lit trails as they prepared to battle the monstrous creature. SCP-682's green glowing eyes activated, multiple orbs shining with malevolent intent as it transformed its teeth, claws, and tail into sharp, metallic weapons. The prehistoric fauna responded in kind, their own eyes glowing brighter as they sharpened their teeth, claws, fangs, and tusks to a deadly sheen. With a deafening roar, the battle began. The creatures clashed with a ferocity that shook the very ground beneath them, their bodies moving with unnatural speed and agility as they tore into each other with savage abandon. The icy landscape was soon littered with the remnants of their brutal conflict, the air filled with the scent of blood and the sound of roaring and snarling. But no matter how much damage they inflicted upon each other, both sides seemed to heal and regenerate almost instantly. Their glowing eyes only grew brighter as they pushed themselves to their limits, their strength and resilience seemingly boundless. Shockwaves rippled through the icy terrain as the creatures continued their endless battle, each strike more powerful than the last. The landscape around them was torn apart by their relentless onslaught, the very fabric of reality seeming to warp and twist under the force of their conflict. And so, the battle raged on, a never-ending cycle of violence and destruction as SCP-682 and the corrupted prehistoric fauna fought with all the power at their disposal. The icy landscape bore witness to their eternal struggle, a spectacle of carnage and chaos that seemed to defy all reason and logic. As the sun set on the icy wasteland, the creatures showed no signs of slowing down. Their glowing eyes burned with an otherworldly light, their bodies moving with a grace and power that defied comprehension. And so, the battle continued, a never-ending dance of death and destruction that would echo through the ages. The icy landscape was a battleground, with SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, facing off against a group of corrupted prehistoric fauna. The woolly mammoth, cave hyena, short-faced bear, dire wolf, and Smilodon all stood their ground, their glowing purple eyes locked on their opponent. SCP-682's green eyes glowed with intensity as it activated its metallic sharper teeth, claws, and bladed tail. The prehistoric fauna responded in kind, their bodies transforming into metallic, shiny, and sharp weapons. The air crackled with energy as the two sides clashed, their movements a blur of speed and power. The creatures dashed and collided with each other, their attacks causing massive damage to the icy landscape. Shockwaves rippled through the air, sending snow and ice flying in all directions. Despite the ferocity of the battle, both sides seemed to heal and regenerate from their injuries almost instantly, their glowing eyes shining brighter with each passing moment. The fight seemed to go on endlessly, with neither side showing any signs of slowing down. The intensity of their attacks only increased as they pushed themselves to their limits. It was a spectacle of epic proportions, a battle that seemed to defy all logic and reason. As the sun began to set on the icy landscape, the battle raged on, the creatures locked in a never-ending struggle for dominance. The sound of their roars and growls echoed through the frozen wasteland, a testament to their unyielding determination. And so, the battle between SCP-682 and the corrupted prehistoric fauna continued, a clash of titans that would be remembered for eternity. In the end, only one side would emerge victorious, but for now, the icy landscape was their arena, a stage for their epic showdown.